Hello and welcome to this tutorial on learning insights in Oracle Integration Cloud. Here I have listed down the topics which will be covered in this tutorial. We are going to see the overview of insights for Oracle Integration Cloud. We will create a model, milestone, indicator, alerts, etc. in our hands-on class. Going ahead, we will associate insight model which we create to an integration. Also, we'll learn how to create a custom dashboard and get the metrics as per the business requirement. So we are having 5 classes in this tutorial. In class 1, this is a theory class where we are going to go through the introduction to insight documentation by Oracle. In class 2, we are going to create a model, milestone, indicator, alerts, etc. with the help of Insight Designer, what we get with Oracle Integration Cloud. In the class 3, we are going to associate Insight model, which we created in our class 2, to an integration. In class 4, we will test the model which we had associated with an integration. Also, we'll check how to work with consoles and dashboards and get the insights of the transactions. In class 5, we are going to create custom dashboards. Create the dashboard as per the business requirement. Now the question will arise, why to watch this tutorial and what is the benefit this tutorial has to offer to you. At the end of this tutorial, you will be able to get the insights for your business processes running at real time. You don't have to go for any third-party products in order to get the insights for your business transactions or the processes. We are having the insight out of the box provided by Oracle in Oracle Integration Cloud. Also, you will be able to create insight models, milestones, measures, dimension, etc. and associate that to an integration or processes and get the insights for the business transactions happening within those integrations at real time. Also, you will be able to create custom dashboards where you can get the insights into the business processes or the transactions as per your business need. For any issues or queries, you can write to us at beenam.apps@gmail.com. Also, you can write to us at beenam.apps@outlook.com. Now, let's begin with our classes for this tutorial. In this video, we are going to learn about insights in Oracle integration. I'm here in Oracle documentation for insights. So as the description for insights says, today's competitive market demands that shareholders be able to understand, monitor and react to changing market condition. Business need flexible, dynamic and detailed insight, and they need it as it happens. Stakeholders should be able to know what is happening within the processes. For example, if there is an order management process, whether the order got successfully processed, how many orders are getting processed, how many orders are getting failed. If they are getting failed, what is the cause? If the payment is done with the help of credit card or debit card, if that is causing the issue, then they should get an insight. As you can see from on the screen over here, there is a model created for demonstration purpose, that is for opportunity to order. As you can see, there are a few counts mentioned over here for the order created: 523, record trade compliance, trade rejected, order created, order closed, order cancelled. As such, stakeholder will be able to know or get the insight into what is happening in the opportunity to order model with the help of this web-based interface with few metrics like the dimensions and measures. We will learn what are these dimensions and measures in our hands-on series. This insight offering is available in OIC Gen 2 instance in the enterprise edition, and it's not available in the standard edition. If you're having Oracle integration for Oracle SaaS, which is in Gen 2, then you will have this. There are few rules and personas based on which a person will be able to do the stuff like a service developer can create, manage, edit and delete insight model. Service user will be able to view the console or the dashboards, and the administrator can map to the inside persona, inside administrator. The super user who manages the inside, they will have basically all the accesses. There are a few terminologies over here: model, instance, a unique instance identifier. We'll learn one by one all those things when we create a model. Model is core of insight over here, where we design our measures, dimensions, instance identifiers, milestones, etc. Coming to end-to-end flow, at high level we have to create a model, define the milestone, instance identifier, we have to create indicators and alerts. Alerts are basically to send an email notification in case of any milestone achieved or based on some indicators. Or next thing is we have to associate this model created with a business process implementation by mapping model milestone to a business process implementation. Here we can map this model to a Oracle integration as well. Activate the model to allow business executives to view, analyze the business processes in real time using the dashboards. There are few things like we have to create a milestone. It can be a trigger point for your integration wherein the order receives, then that could be one of the milestone, and invoking a payment gateway, that could be another milestone. Whether it is a success or a failure, this could be taken as a measure. Finally, order completed or delivered, this could be another milestone, and the measure could be customer acceptance, whether the customer has signed the document while receiving the goods or not. There are a few examples what indicators are. You can go through this. Associate the model to, we'll learn how we can associate a model or the insight model to a business process implementation or integration. Analyze business processes. This will learn how we can go to the console and check the dashboards and create a custom dashboard as well. Coming to working with insights, there are a few life cycles like a draft mode configured, activation in progress, timed out, activated, failed, deactivation unknown. We'll learn how to do this, how to create a draft version, how to why it will be in a configured state, or when this status will come, when this is activated, and how we can deactivate a model. About the model component, first is naming the model. This is basically our insight model, our insight name, milestones, identifiers, all those things we'll learn in detail. I will give the link in the description. Please check out the link for this documentation. I'm not going to these steps like create a model, define a milestone, because we'll learn in our next video how we can create a model, how we can define a milestone, identifiers, indicators, alerts, activating a model, associating this model with our integration, how we can import, export these stuffs. You can basically learn from over here. When you are exporting a model, it will create a .zip file. We can import it to any other environments or instances, and we can activate over there. This will learn how we can associate a model to a integration. What are the prerequisites for a milestone? There are few supported actions in integration for which only we can associate with the model, insight model. So only those are supported. Apart from this, other actions are not supported. So you can go to this link. About the extraction criteria, this is basically mapping a dimension or a indicator with the integration data, how we can map this, how we can save a milestone, delete a milestone or a mapping, how we can use a model to use different version of mapped integration. All those stuffs you can learn over here. Working with the console, like how to view a summary or status of all the console, working with the console page, how to create a custom dashboard based on the measures and dimensions. All these things we will learn. How we can troubleshoot an insight unable to map to a model. All those stuffs you can know from this documentation. In our next video, we will create a insight model and we'll associate that model with our integrations. Please join us in that video. In our previous video, we had learned what are insights. In this video, we are going to learn how to create a model for insights in Oracle integration. For demonstration purpose, I am creating an insight for order, wherein the milestones will be order created, payment, order completed. If there are any errors, we will log a error in error milestone. So this will be 4 milestones, and we'll create few measures and dimensions. I'm here in Oracle integration instance. Click on the home button, click on this insights and go to models. We are going to create a model for order insights. Once you are in models designer page, click on this create button, provide the name, give the description as learning order model insight, click on create. By default, you have to create mandatorily 2 milestones. One will be a initial milestone and one will be a terminal milestone. I will provide the name as order created as my initiating milestone, and my terminal milestone will be order completed. Now under order created, I will create few indicators. Click on this plus button and create the dimensions. Dimensions are something like bill to address, ship to address. This could be a dimension, and measure like something quantitative which could be measured, like a quantity or the amount requested, amount paid. So my first dimension is ship to customer. Okay. Click outside. After naming, you will get these options. Ship to customer is a string type data. Extraction criteria will define this in integration. As of now, we can leave this as is. We are not going to choose as filterable, so this will create a performance issue. Only for the required things we will be creating. Click on add. Similarly, we have to create a bill to customer. We'll create 2 ship to and bill to customers. In order completed, I'm going to create 1 dimension. Here I'm giving a customer acceptance. Data type, I'm giving this as a string. Either this will be a true or false. Click on add. Under order created, we have created two dimensions. We have not added measures. So in our case, measures could be something like quantity and the price. We'll add it over here. I will add, click on add measure, quantity, make this as integer, click on add. Create one more milestone and provide the name as payment status. This is a standard. In the indicator, we can give as under dimensions as a payment. Method could be something like credit card, debit card, UPI. And one more measure I'm going to add. This will be a price. What is the price of the commodity? Click on float, click on add. Create one more milestone. Here we can give as order rejected. As of now, I'm not adding any indicators. If you want, you can add. The indicators what you have created will be displayed over here. Now switch over to identifier. We have to add one unique identifier so that we can track this model inside. So in our case, the unique identifier will be this order number. So I'm adding it over here. My identifier, instance identifier is order number. Select the milestone. I'm associating it with the order created, and this will be of type integer. If you want to assign this order number to other milestones, we can do that. Assign to other. Click on this, add assign to other milestone, and select the milestone. Here I'm adding this to order rejected. Yeah, we are done. Now if you want to add an alert like sending an email notification, then we can do it using this. Click on add alert, give the name alert order rejected, tab out. This could be based on a milestone or indicator. As of now, I'm selecting this for a milestone. We want notification only for order rejected case. Send an email. I will provide my email address over here. We can click on configure. We can fill the from and to address here. In the subject, we can provide the indicators. If you want to pull the data, we can put the dollar symbol and click on this order number. In the body, order rejected. We can give the value of order number and customer acceptance. What we can do is we can search for the customer acceptance and click on this. Click on done. So we have completed adding alerts. Click on save and we can close. In our next video, we will learn how we can add this insight within our integration. In our previous video, we had seen how to create a model for order insights where we had a milestone for order creation, payment, error, and order completion. In this video, we are going to learn how we can add this order insight into our OIC integration. I'm here in Oracle documentation for insights. As you can see, the list of actions available in integration which supports insights are listed over here. We can add an insight milestone for this invoke, log, notification. You can check this documentation for more details on what action supports associating with milestones in insight. In order to save some time, I have already created an integration which is exposed over REST over HTTPS protocol, which will accept the data in JSON format like this, wherein it will have order number, ship to, bill to customer, order, quantity, price, customer acceptance, payment, and status. I will explain briefly about this integration. You can have an OIC REST connection or any connection, whatever is your business requirement is, and you can have this invoke. In my case, I'm not invoking any payment gateway. In your case, if you are invoking any third-party gateway system or using any adapter, then you can have that over here. As the log action supports associating with the insight milestone, I have made use of this. This is just a placeholder. In your case, it might vary with the invoke. I will associate this order creation milestone with the trigger endpoint, log payment to the payment milestone, log completion for order completed milestone, log rejected I will associate with order rejected milestone. I will close this. In order to associate insight with integration, first we have to activate this integration. Click on these actions, select the Insights Designer. Once the Insight Designer opens up, you can search for your model from the list on the right side over here as I'm showing, and select the model what you want to associate with this integration. Click on this learn order model which we had created in our previous video. I will drag this trigger and drop in order created. So if you see it over here, there is a milestone icon added to this trigger. So it says the milestone has been added to this action over here. If you come down, so mapping, if you see it is associated with this trigger. Indicators, I will map this later. I will map the actions to all those milestones, then come to associating the data to this indicators. Next milestone is payment status. I will drag this lock payment and drop it over here. Okay, as you can see, my lock payment has been associated with this payment status milestone. Order rejection, I will drag this log rejected and drop it to order rejected milestone. At the end, this is our terminal milestone. For this, I will add log completion. Only in the case order completed successfully, we will mark this as completed, else this will land in order rejection. So the stakeholder can know the status of the order in detail. We will look at how we can track this in the console in Insights. Now, if you click on this 7 messages error, it will tell you what and all mapping is missing. So we can map accordingly. Let me minimize this. Click on this indicator, ship to customer. If you see this define extraction criteria, it is saying missing indicator mapping. Click on this define extraction criteria and map to ship to customer from our input. Similarly, we have to map this bill to customer from our request. Map bill to customer to this indicator. Click on validate and close. Next is customer acceptance. You can click this and associate the customer acceptance to this milestone indicator. Similarly, we will associate this with the payment data. The payment information we are having over here basically carry the payment method used by the customer for doing the payment, like the credit card, debit card, UPI. Quantity is a measure. We will associate this quantity from our input to this. Validate and close. Click on this price and associate price from our input. In actual business case, you might not get all the details from your triggering source. You might get this data from various sources while enriching the data. Like you might have to invoke the payment gateway for doing payment, third party systems. You might need to call the OTM or the GTM for the order processing, based on which you need to mark the order as completed or rejected, keeping the thing simple for demonstration purpose. As you can see, there is one error showing we have missed to map this order number, which is a key field. In other words, it is a identifier. Click on this define extraction criteria and map the order number. So this is the instance indicator with the help of which we will be able to uniquely identify each inside instance in the console. As we have associated this order number identifier with the two milestones, one is for order created, one for rejected. We have mapped the data. We have extraction criteria done for this order created milestone, but we have not done for this, so the error is there. So click on this define extraction criteria and map the order number. In case if you are having the different order number in the input, if you are getting one order number at the time of completion, if you are getting another order number, then the latest one will be available at the whatever is the final value, it will associate with this order number. Close. We have completed our insight association with this integration. Now you have to go back to your insight models. Click on this learn order model. Now if you click on any of these indicators, if you see the extraction criteria, it is showing the XPath. Earlier at the time of development, it was we had not associated this to any of the integrations, or we didn't add any XPath. As soon as we add this insight to integration, it is adding this extraction criteria in this model. Now once we have associated the data, activate this model. It will take 1 to 5 minutes for activating this model. In our next video, we will learn consoles and we will test this integration and check the details in the console of Insights. Please join us in that video. In our previous video, we had built OIC integration, which is exposed over REST and capable of accepting the JSON data as shown like this. And also we have associated the insight model with our OIC integration. In this video, we are going to learn how to work with consoles and get the insights from the dashboards in Insights. I'm here in the Oracle documentation. I will share the link in the description. Please check out this link. Click on the home screen, go to Insights, and this earlier we had gone to models for designing the model or the creating model. This time we have to go for consoles. You will get this consoles page. If you click on refresh, under today's business transaction, you are seeing nothing as we don't have any transactions for today for this model. I will go to this integration, that is test order int, which we had created in our previous video. I'm creating this order 1001 with the customer acceptance as true, method of payment is credit card, payment status is success. Click on test. Yeah, processing completed successfully. Now let us refresh this. If you see the console over here, we are getting order created 1, order completed 1, payment status success as 1. There is this bar chart as well. Active, there are no active businesses, transactions or errors as such. Charts over here. We will learn how to create a custom dashboard in our next video. Now I will create a second transaction which will also be success. Click on test. Log completed successfully. Now let me refresh this board. If you see this console, it is showing order created 2, order completed 2, payment status 2. Both are success. We are getting an insight like both the orders got succeeded. We got the 2 orders and both got successful. Payment was success. Now what I will do is I will make this as false. We don't have any case like payment failure in this, but in your actual real life scenario, you can have this payment failure. In my code, I have added this customer acceptance. When it is other than true, it will land in error. Okay, let me create one more order for this 103. Click on test. This is a unique identifier in our case. So this for every invocation, you have to give a unique value over here. Order rejected. Okay. Okay. If you see this console, we got 3 orders. Order completed 2, payment status success 3. And order got rejected. One order got rejected, which we created just now, in which the customer acceptance is false. Okay, like this we can design our insights to get the meaningful information from our business processes, which we do in our everyday. Also we had created an alert while designing this model. In case of order rejection, we should get an email. So let us go to our email client and check whether we have got the email or not. As you can see, I have received the email wherein we are getting the order number over here in the mail. The acceptance value is not coming. We'll look what has went wrong. So this is number which we have passed at runtime with the help of the dollar symbol at the designing this alert. As we had provided the order number as our instance identifier. Now how we can make use of that we will learn now. If you see in the search button over here, we can search with the order number. If not, we can directly click on this icon and get the insight like what and all orders we had received. We had tested our integration with 3 orders that we have got over here in the insights. Payment method, all the indicator values, you can see it over here. You can from this also you can get the high level glimpse or the insight on the transaction happening in the business process. If you want, you can even click on this instance, know what the values at each step. Any indicator if changes at each milestone, then that will be displayed over here, and you can know what was the value you have received in each milestone. In our next video, we'll learn how to create a custom dashboard and learn how we can get the custom insights of our business processes. In our previous video, we had gone through how to work with consoles and get the insight from the dashboard. In this video, we are going to learn how to create a custom dashboard. I will give the link in the description for this Oracle documentation. You can go to the link. I'm here in the Oracle integration, Insights Designer under consoles. Click on the model. This we had seen in our previous video wherein we created 3 orders in which 2 got completed, 1 rejected. All the milestones got updated accordingly and passed milestone summary, all those things. So we got the insights from here. In order to create a custom dashboard, click on this create button. Here give the name as price summary. From here we can change the graph. So if you want a price, you can give for price. If not, we can have a bubble, bar and area. I'm selecting as a pie, creating a measure as price. Aggregation we can as median. Grouping if any we can do with the help of customer acceptance. Click on OK. click on refresh button. As you can see from the graph, we have this pie chart created based on the customer acceptance. We had two orders for order creation completion and one for order rejection. So accordingly, this has created two pies over here in the graph. Accordingly, this was just for the demonstration purpose. In actual business case, you can have the custom dashboard developed as per your business requirement and the need.
We hope the classes provided on this tutorial were helpful to you and you are now able to create the models and associate the insight models to integration and get the insights for a business transaction or processes happening within our integration at real time. So now the question arises, what's next? What to do after this tutorial? You can try to add the insight to actual business integrations. Here we had seen how we can add a insight model to a log activity, a trigger and all, which is a dummy integration which has been created for a demonstration purpose. But this insight you can associate to an actual business integration which you have developed for your customer. Also, you can try to associate insight to other products available in Oracle Integration Cloud. Apart from integration, you can check out what and all products like processes or Visual Builder, what supports these insights. If any, you can try to associate that. Also, you can build custom dashboards other than pie chart or bar graph. You can learn other skills with Binam Learning. Thank you for watching this tutorial. For any queries or issues, you can write to us at binam.apps@gmail.com. Also, you can write to us at binam.apps@outlook.com. Once again, we thank you and happy learning.